I've been really thinking about this a lot lately. Growing up, I always thought being a businessman, an entrepreneur, a successful person in business was always the dream, the goal. I thought I'd employ hundreds of thousands of people and have a yacht and a private jet. And even as altruistic as I was, thinking I'd donate all this money to charity and help benefit the world by giving people financial opportunities, etc. What I wasn't prepared for is what happened next. 2020. I knew about corruption in the highest halls of power for over a decade, and it always seemed so out of reach. It's like, yep, they're stealing money, yep, they're corrupt, yep, they do evil things. But even though it was there, it was kind of out of sight, out of mind. But in 2020, it locked in for the entire world. It's like, oops, we were kind of not paying attention to this even though we knew it was there. Well, now they're coming for you. And when my first video went viral in August of 2020, I realized something very important. Being successful in business and an entrepreneur was only beneficial to me and the people in my orbit, not to society and humanity as a whole. And just like that, I unlocked a new degree of respect for the thought leader. The person that changed people's minds about how they move through the world, how they view and understand the world. Because that's the only thing that can solve all this evil and darkness. So I started speaking out. I started making videos. I said, if you're going to give me the opportunity to speak to these people, I'm going to take it very seriously. Forget the money. All that matters is the impact. And then, as I've watched the everyday citizen rise up in the face of all of this darkness, stand up against Goliath and risk everything. People risk their careers, their small businesses, connections to social circles, their job, their livelihood, etc. by speaking out. It really hit home how pathetic the people at the very top that see this and say nothing about it actually are. All the respect that I had for the businessman, for the entrepreneur, for the guy that has $1 billion, a huge company, a house on the beach, luxury cars, all this reach, etc. All the respect that I had for those people that were able to obtain such high levels of success was just gone overnight. Because I realized if you have all that, if you have $1 billion, if you have a huge company, if you have a house on the beach, if you have access to all these things where you're essentially indestructible forever, how could you not do the very most basic thing and speak about what's going on right now? How could you have all that and say, oh, it's like, I don't want to be negative, or like, love is the answer, or whatever else, or I stay out of politics, when what they're doing is so dark and disgusting and filthy? I get it, I really do, but how pathetic that you have all this money and all this access and all these connections and all this, and you're too much of a coward to do the most basic thing that your everyday citizen is putting everything on the line for. So all those people that I used to look up to and idolize because of what they've been able to attain for themselves, and of course their charity work and all the rest, now I understand. I don't care what you have or what you've obtained. If you are an American citizen, or better yet, a citizen of the world, a free-thinking human being, and you have the mental capacity to see what these people are doing, how they're ruining people at the bottom of the food chain, economically stifling people's ability to progress, coming for people within this biomedical security state, and what they're doing to our country and our freedom, and you have all your money and all your access and all your connections and all your power, and you won't say something? But the local police officer, nurse, whatever, all these people are speaking up to massive risk, and you've got enough money, connection, and everything to insulate you and your family until the end of time? And the guy or gal that makes $73,000 a year, maybe if that's putting everything out there, is saying what needs to be said? All I want everyone to know, if that's you, all the people at the bottom, all the people that are speaking out, my level of respect for you has skyrocketed. And I put people in this category above all other people. I don't care what you've done or what you've obtained. If you're seeing what's going on in this world right now, and you are not at the very least speaking about it, I'll never respect you as much as people that are. The real flex is not money or cars or objective material success or courtside seats or jets or a yacht. The real flex is courage. The real flex is being on the right side of history. Because at the end of the day, when you scrape away all of this stuff and you just break it down to the very basic, the soul, all each person has is their voice. And if you've got all of the other securities that life has provided to you because of all the great and tremendous things that you've done, but you still won't use your voice, I'm sorry, but I have no respect left for you. And what I mean specifically is the people that have enough money, power, and access that they would never have to work a day for the rest of their life. Yeah, maybe it would affect them financially. Maybe they would lose some of their supposed friends or contracts or connections in the halls of power. Maybe that is what would happen to them. But how are you going to worry about that when everybody else is getting blasted? The real hero in my eyes, the real patriot, the real thought leader, and the real person that has all of my respect is you, the person that speaks about it. Because in a world of complete phony fakes and frauds, uneven amounts of access based on where you're positioned in life, not saying it's unfair, it just is what it is, we all have the same thing. A voice. And if you're at the top of that food chain and you don't use it, it's pathetic. Sorry, not sorry.